Hello everyone out there on the YouTubes and welcome to our first broadcast of the Cats Connection News for 2025. This is our January issue number 5, which was published on Thursday the 30th of January. Let's get started with page 1 and our cover story. Mount Olive High School Bi-State 6 by Tyler Mix. It's time for the annual Bi-State Festival. Bi-State is an event that takes place at SIUE, Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville, where band students from both Missouri and Illinois compete to perform in the illustrious Bi-State Band Concert. The competition is stiff and many who try out won't get in, but despite all that, all 6 students from Mount Olive who auditioned made it in. These students are seniors Sarah Lesko, Kyle Bone, Leah Moultrie, and Tyler Mix, and junior Nadia Moultrie and freshman Hannah Moultrie. Bi-State took place on January 17th and 18th, during which all the participants endured near constant practice for the concert on the nights of the 18th. Bi-State is a great opportunity for young musicians to gain recognition. Furthermore, participating in Bi-State looks good on a college resume. Students also learn more about their instruments through master classes with SIUE teachers. Bi-State also offers the opportunity to make new friends. Music is a small world, so making friends now pretty much means making friends for life, as it is almost certain you are going to see them again. Included in the festivities and competitions, all students and band directors are invited to watch the SIUE Wind Symphony perform a concert to inspire them in hopes that one day it could be them on the stage. The night of the 18th, after nearly 9 hours of practice, the concert begins. The student musicians are split based on ability into 3 separate bands: White, Red, and Courage. White band was the first to perform, putting on a fast-paced and upbeat show. Their performance was followed by the Red Band, who put on a more serious and slowed-down concert. Finally, the Cougar Band closed the night with unique songs that had singing and even audience interaction. The effect the concert had on the audience was visible and audible. After the concert, adults and kids alike could be heard whistling and humming the tunes of the various songs. Many people who attended took pictures to commemorate the moment. Congratulations to all the students who participated in this year's Bi-State Festival. Next, for page 1, we'd like to celebrate a fairly new addition to our staff here at Mount Olive High School by featuring her as our Staff of the Month. That is Miss Birtles, an article written by Asher Odell. Students voted for Miss Birtles to have the privilege of being this issue's Staff of the Month. Mrs. Birtles is currently our high school secretary, and she does much more than you know and is a support professional to our amazing teachers. Mrs. Birtles grew up in Mount Olive and decided to work here at our high school because she always wanted to give back to the community she grew up in. She first went to college at Eastern. She then continued her final year of college at SIUE. Out of college, she worked at Illinois Valley as a FCD agent. She also worked at a children's home as an aide. She went back to Illinois Valley and worked as a manager in their rehab facilities. She then continued her career at Zion and worked as their office manager. Mrs. Birtles has a degree in psychology with a minor in sociology. She originally went to school for pharmacy, though. She stated that they always say you're going to change your degree, so go in with an open mind. I just fell in love with psychology. She likes the familiarity of the school and likes to get to know students on a personal level. She thinks that the staff are all wonderful, very welcoming, and very kind. She listens to how they interact with students and thinks that there's a lot of positivity there. We're so lucky to have such a great and kind person as Miss Birtles here at Mount Olive High School. And the final article for page 1, another rare page 1 interview, though this time with the student, freshman interview Marissa Bono, written by Carly Cox. This past month, journalist Carly Cox decided to interview Marissa Bono as our Freshman of the Month. The transition from middle school to high school was how she made a lot of friends coming into high school. Her favorite class so far is science. She is currently taking general science with Miss Spudich. Marissa is a multi-sport athlete. She is in golf, cheer, volleyball, softball, and wrestling. Marissa is currently out of sports for a knee injury, so as of right now, to manage her school and sports, she works on her homework at school or practices. Marissa misses Mrs. Benny, the middle school history and English teacher. Her favorite thing about high school is seeing all of her friends. Welcome to high school, Marissa. We're so happy to have you here. Hope you enjoy the rest of your freshman year. For our full interview, With Marissa, check out our YouTube channel or the QR code in her photo next to this article. That'll wrap up page 1, so on to page 2, our arts and entertainment section. We open with a piece about our very own student journalist, Jack Bursch, who is our Musician of the Month, this issue written by Peaky. Jack Bursch was chosen for our Musician of the Month for this month's segment. Jack's father was playing the drums, and while he watched his father play, he got inspired and wanted to play himself. His father showed him plenty of things with the drums. His father also used to be in a band. When Jack started playing in the school band, he was forced to try out the clarinet. Percussion was full at the time, so he was told to join band, he needed to play the clarinet. He admits that he wasn't the greatest at it. He then eventually got to play percussion. An instrument that Jack would like to try and play would be the guitar. He was able to teach himself a few chords by using his percussion knowledge. Jack plays the drum set, cymbals, and the bass drum as well in the high school band. Coordination is key to playing the drum set, so it was admittedly the hardest thing he has had to learn with it. The hardest song that he has played so far is Basket Case by Green Day. Jack is very grateful for his father getting him into this instrument and for teaching him a lot of what he knows now. Jack wants to play the electric guitar in the future, but he wants to learn the acoustic guitar first. He has thought about making a small garage band before just for fun. Jack believes that he has been in band since 5th or 6th grade, but he didn't get to play percussion until his freshman year of high school. We would like to thank Jack again for allowing us to interview him as our Musician of the Month. We'd like to also thank Jack for being a part of our journalistic team this year here at the Cats Connection. He's improved his writing and interviewing skills and honestly become quite adept with the camera. Many of the great action shots from sporting events we consider each edition has been snapped by Jack Bursch. Keep up the great work, both in band and journalism. Next, we have a feature of a talented student of the month, our Artist of the Month, Ariana Davidson, written by Adeline Ulrich. Ariana Davidson, January's Artist of the Month, got into art in about 5th grade when her dad complimented a tree she drew for a school project. Although Ariana started off with drawing, she was grown to enjoy sculpting and modeling with clay products. She claims that she personally thinks her best creation is Spartacus. Spartacus is a creature that she sculpted from her own imagination. Even though her favorite medium is clay, she has not steered away from drawing. Ariana typically takes her drawing inspirations from horror movies and their characters. One of her biggest inspirations is Rob Zombie and his movies and creativity. Along with her love for sculpting and drawing, Ariana has her hatred for charcoal. She claims that the product is messy, takes forever, and often does not look good. One of her biggest achievements is the pointillism of the character Michael Myers. Unfortunately, Ariana has not yet entered any of her amazing creativity into an art show. However, with the new year, she plans to enter some of her art into shows and contests. Congratulations, Ariana Davidson, on Mount Olive High School's Artist of the Month. We look forward to seeing more artwork from you in the future. Finally, for page 2, we have a long overdue article about a new student who since transferred away from our school only last week. You will be missed, Nate. Here's new student interview with Nate Jennings, written by Carly Cox. For this issue, the team decided to interview a new student, Nathaniel Jennings. Nathaniel is a freshman, and this is his first year at Mount Olive High School. Nate came from Pocahontas Elementary School in Bond County. The reason Nate moved to Mount Olive was because he moved in with his mother. So far, Nate does enjoy Mount Olive High School. According to Nate, the people here are pretty nice and it is easy to make friends. He also thinks Mount Olive is a very inviting place. At his old school, he said the cooks were older and he thinks that the lunches there were a little bit better. A few things Nate misses about Pocahontas are his friends. It was a smaller town and it had like a smaller town feel to it, but mostly that it was his home and he misses it. This year, Nate plans on participating in track and soccer. A few things Nate thinks are better here in Mount Olive over Pocahontas would be that, like he said before, the people are nicer and the building is built better. His favorite teacher is Miss Osmo because she is nice, cool, and understanding. Right now, Nate is currently taking Algebra 1, General Science, English 1, Spanish 1, and Physical Education. But his favorite class would have to be English because it is what he is best at. After high school, Nate plans to go to college and be a marine biologist. In his free time, sometimes he likes to research stuff about it because he finds it very interesting. The team was so glad we finally got to interview Nate and had a chance to meet him. We hope things continue to go well for him. Now on to the sports section of our page 3, which opens with an article all about high school girls basketball entitled Lady Wildcats Back on Track, written by Ellie Barrowman. The Lady Wildcats started off strong this basketball season, but nothing good can last forever. The ladies hit a rough patch recently, following a disheartening 1-point loss to Southwestern on December 11th. Their bad luck seemed to carry through winter break, culminating in a 7-game losing streak. In the recent home game against the Staunton Bulldogs, the girls fought hard against their longtime rivals. Although the Lady Wildcats unfortunately fell short of winning, the game marked a personal success for the girls. Despite scoring only 36 points to Staunton's 55, they managed to give Staunton a closer game than the two teams have had in years, with Lauren Bailey at the top of the scoreboard with 28 points alone. Thankfully, the Cats seem to be getting back on their feet. The losing streak was broken with a win against Sangamon Valley. In the words of our coach, Leanne Punky Hittmeyer, the best quality for an athlete is to have bad memory. With the most difficult games out of the way now, the girls and their coach are optimistic about the rest of the season and are practicing hard to prepare for the rest of this year's lineup. We're rooting for you, Cats. And now for our MVP of the month, Sammy Roski, written by Emma Berkman. For MVP of the month, we interviewed senior athlete Samantha Roski. Sammy is a multi-sport athlete who currently plays both basketball and volleyball. Sammy started playing volleyball in 6th grade. She was inspired to play all these years because her friends were playing. Sammy believes she is not naturally athletic, so she had to practice harder to get a hold of things. Sammy plays middle blocker in volleyball, the person who blocks in the middle of the court. She loves that there is not as much running as there is in basketball. She believes that this season in volleyball was better than the previous years, with the team getting 3rd place in a tournament. One of Sammy's favorite memories of volleyball is when they were in the Raymond locker room and they stole a can of Axe body spray from a locker. She and a fellow teammate, Ellie Barrowman, sprayed the whole locker room and gassed it out. Sammy says her serves were her biggest contribution to the team this year. With the conclusion of the volleyball season, Sammy has now moved on to basketball. She began playing basketball in 5th grade and said her friends were what persuaded her to play. She loves basketball because the atmosphere allows a lot of opportunity to mess around with each other, and there are a lot of funny things that happen in basketball. The only position she has played throughout these years was post. Sammy believes that this year's basketball season is going to be better than its previous years. The aspect of basketball that Sammy says she's best at is remembering the plays. Sammy has dislocated her knee 3 times playing basketball, but that hasn't kept her down. Balancing schoolwork and extracurriculars can be hard. Sammy recommends that in order to keep things balanced, one must try to get all homework done before going to extracurriculars. In order to stay active, Sammy would enjoy continuing to play volleyball in college. That's all for MVP of the Month by Cats Connection. Thank you, Sammy, for letting us interview you, for being a great teammate and also a wonderful student. We have no doubt that you will go far in all of your future endeavors, both at college and in the community at large. Finally, we conclude the sports page with an update on boys basketball, written by Landon Tooley. The Mount Olive Wildcats boys basketball team has surprised several fans and viewers this season with their performances, and their current record is 4 wins out of 12 games played. After the Turkey tournament, our boys have had some close games, like the recent game, which was a tough loss against the Lebanon Greyhounds, losing 64-60. The boys have won 61-32 against the Deland Weldon Eagles, 51-37 against the Dupo Tigers, and in an especially close tilt, 49-48 against First Baptist Academy. The Wildcats expect to have at least 3 more wins this season and will likely strive for 4. Even while struggling and taking losses, our high school boys basketball team has been showing effort and not giving up, and that is what a good team needs. In February, the boys have several home games against First Baptist Academy on the 4th, East Alton River on the 11th, Lutheran on the 14th, and the SIUE East St. Louis Charter basketball team on the 18th. If you're free, please come out and support our Wildcats. We'd like to thank Coach Frieso and Assistant Coach Bryant for all their hard work and effort this season. Now on to our final section for this month, the review and interview portion of our student-run newspaper, page 4. We begin with a pair of interviews with 2 seniors, starting with Senior Moments with Lily Ann Riednauer, written by Alyssa Abishon. For For this month's Senior Moments, we chose Lily Ann Riedenauer. Lily has many ambitious goals for after high school and hopes to explore a career in helping others. She plans to attend Westminster College in Missouri to earn a degree and continue to play softball. Lily chose this college because it is a small school similar to Mount Olive. She stated that she always appreciated the close-knit community being at a small school and would love to stay inside this type of community. The best class Lily said she has taken throughout high school was novels and films with Mr. Lesko. This class was her favorite because it helped her gain a better understanding and appreciation for the material she was consuming. It contributed to her realization of her passion for writing. Lily would retake all of her English classes with Lesko due to his profound and eccentric teaching style. Lily said that he has taught her more about every subject through his literature classes than any other class teaching the subject. Lily stated, "You will laugh, you will cry, and most importantly, you will learn to think." Lesko has pushed Lily to become a better writer and more importantly, to think. Lily's overall high school career has had a positive outlook. Her sophomore year was her favorite year of high school. When asked why, Lily stated it was due to having Staley and Abby's class, seniors at the time, and the freshman class at the time below her, since she thought the freshmen were very entertaining. The now junior class has never had a dull moment and makes Lily want to go to school every day. A piece of advice from Lily to someone coming into high school is to stop expecting anything. Things are very different as a senior compared to things as a freshman. She encourages that you embrace and be open to change in order to grow as a person. Although she will be moving on to college, the main thing Lily said she will miss is all of the people. Despite there being some that she's barely talked to, they have played a role in her life for the past 12 years. Every single person has made an impact on her, no matter how big or small. Next, we have Senior Moments, Ellie Barrowman, written by Carly Cox. This month, we have had 2 Senior Moment interviews. We have Ellie Barrowman for this one. After high school, Ellie plans to attend SIUE. Currently, she is uncertain of what she wants her major to be and will probably end up doing business or finance. Ellie is unsure of what she wants to do, and she'll probably end up switching majors a few times. Throughout high school, Ellie has participated in volleyball and basketball, but her favorite is volleyball. Her position consisted of being an outside hitter for a few years, but just this year she got switched to middle hitter. Ellie does not plan on doing sports in college, and in fact, this is the number one thing she's looking forward to after graduating. The reason Ellie does sports is because she likes to be able to spend time with her friends, and she is at the point where she has done these sports for so long that she might as well finish them out her senior year. Ellie expressed that she does love playing sports and all her great coaches and fellow student athletes. She says she's just excited to have less time commitment all the time and to focus more on her studies at college than extracurriculars. The best class for Ellie was Miss Sputich's chemistry class. One of Ellie's favorite memories from high school was getting homecoming queen. Ellie had some great words of wisdom for incoming high school students. Try as many different things as you can. It doesn't only look good on paper when applying to colleges, but you also learn a lot about yourself. Ellie has done a lot of STEM classes, as math is one of Ellie's best and favorite subjects. Thank you, Ellie, for letting us interview for our Seniors Month segment. Best of luck in your future. We know you'll go far at college and beyond. Finally, we conclude this month's issue of Cats Connection News with a long overdue interview with our brand new business and tech teacher.
Welcoming New Faculty, Mr. McAnulty, by Asher Nodal. Mr. McAnulty graduated with his bachelor's degree in 2008 in History and Secondary Education. In 2014, he graduated with a specialist degree in administration. He also graduated with his second master's in 2021 in American History. His favorite classes and teachers were history teachers. When he was in high school, he wanted to be the voice of the Cardinals. I was going to go to Mizzou and I was going to study journalism and they were going to hear me on KMOX. He had an interview at KMOX, but they did not hire him due to an unfortunate chain of events. Apparently, he made one tiny joke that they didn't appreciate. And that was the end of that. He had to get community service hours in college, so he coached Little League, and he was also a teacher assistant. I liked interacting with students, and I liked doing that, so that was kind of something that I'd always been told I should do. He has been a teacher for 14 years. He started out teaching middle school reading. He then moved to the University City High School and taught there for 7 years. He also taught at Rittner for 4 years. He struggled in math because he took accelerated math. He regrets that and decided to drop all his honor classes his senior year to have an easier time before taking on college. He believes that this made his freshman year at Mizzou harder than it would have been had he stayed in those honor classes the year before. He likes Mount Olive so far. I enjoy getting to meet you guys. I enjoy interacting with you, and I think as we get to know each other more, we're starting to become more comfortable with each other, so I do like it here. He liked getting to meet new people, learn their personalities, and interact with his students. Honestly, I hadn't taught for 3 years. I hadn't been in a school setting for 3 years. I missed the interaction part, so that's kind of why I came back to the classroom. He decided to step back from teaching for 3 years because he had a heart infection from strep throat. We are so happy to have Mr. McAnulty as our new business and tech teacher.